Design and construction of the infantry barracks at Bayaha. In 1835, the property of the religious communities was confiscated and the Santo Domingo and the San Francisco convents were transferred to the Spanish government. In 1838, when the infantry garrison was increased in San Juan, the military began to lobby with the Madrid government to use the convents as barracks. Between 1838 and 1840, the government of Puerto Rico invested funds from the island treasury to restore the convents. However, the San Francisco convent was so deteriorated that it was decided to abandon it. In 1839, a construction project was prepared for a barracks to the east of the Santo Domingo convent. In 1841, the General Military Command was facing the rising costs of repairing the old convents and decided to build a new barracks with a capacity to house 2,000 men. 12 years later, on December 18, 1853, the Ministry of War in Madrid ordered the General Commander to prepare the construction projects for 2 barracks with a capacity to house 1,000 men each with their respective officers' quarters. The construction in Bayaha of an infantry barracks with a capacity for 1,000 men was finally authorized by royal order on December 28, 1853. On May 12, 1854, the engineer Juan Manuel Lumbera y Rivero finished the project plans. It was to cost 215,000 pesos. A barracks that had 3 stories on the north facade and 2 stories on the others, south, east, and west, would be built. On December 20, 1854, the governor and captain general of Puerto Rico, Fernando de Norzagaray y Escudero, laid the first stone of the Bayaha infantry barracks. Lumbera's project was approved by royal order on December 28, 1854. During the first months of 1855, the local government completed the expropriation process of the houses in the 6 urban blocks in Bayaha. On July 27 of that same year, a proposal was submitted to increase the size of one of the 2 cisterns. In 1857, the local military engineers modified the project in response to the problems that had been encountered with the foundation of the building. On February 18, 1857, the commander of the engineers, Antonio Maria Gathin, submitted modifications to the original plans for the barracks and requested additional funds for the foundation. Since the construction site had previously been used as a quarry and waste disposal area, the project proposed that the rubble work masonry and anchor piles could be put to use in the lower galleries of the building to provide additional living space. Later, on March 1, 1857, Commanding Major General of the Engineers Timoteo Lubelsa Martinez de San Martin and Brevet Commander Captain Mariano Bosch Arroyo submitted a variation to the original project which, among other things, extended the 3rd floor to the south, east, and west facades. This meant that the highest part of the building would be 60 feet high at the cornice. On September 10, 1857, the Minister of War wrote the Captain General of Puerto Rico to advise him of the approval of the 2 variations to the project. By 1858, work had been completed on the foundation and the 1st floor, and by 1860, the lower, main, and 2nd floors had been completed. On April 23, 1861, the commander of the engineers Jose Lopez Baga submitted an additional proposal for the completion of the Bayaha barracks to include certain work that had been omitted and costs that had been calculated incorrectly. This project cost 153,000 pesos and was completed in April of 1863.